everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be making this little Easter carrot treat cone that you can put Easter treats in. And it's a really easy treat cone that we make starting with a square piece of designer series paper. And I've chosen a print that is in Tangerine Tango. You could also use a cardstock for this, like Tangerine Tango or Pumpkin Pie or any orange cardstock would do. So for this particular cone, I started with a 4.5 inch square. And then I turned it over to the wrong side and I put sticky strip down one side. And I'm going to go ahead and take off that liner. And then what I want to do is from where the sticky strip is, start from the opposite corner, and I want to start rolling it and working my way over to this opposite side where the where the sticky strip is to make the cone. Okay, and you want to get it as tight as you can. You want the bottom to be almost closed, or closed if possible, but if it's not, unless you have something really small, it won't fall through that hole down there. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is, I have this little peak up here at the top. I'm just going to take my paper snips and cut that off and kind of ease it into the rest of the cone. Okay? So it's not so misshapen. I don't want a peak back here. Okay, and I'm going to save this little piece. Now what I'm going to do is take my Tangerine Tango ink and do a little sponging around the edges. And next we're going to work with our fringe scissors to create the carrot top. And I had a scrap piece of gumball green, and I suggest you cut this about 4 inches wide on this end here. This is 6 inches long, and this is about 3.5 inches. But I want to make use of the scrap, so I'm going to use it. And if you've seen my other video on using the fringe scissors, you'll remember that you don't cut all the way to the point. Well, this is really important on this, so let me just get started and show you. I'm going to start halfway in, and I don't want to close them all the way because I'm going to lift up and continue cutting until I get almost to the edge over here. Okay? And I'm going to do that for the length of this paper to make my little carrot top. So I'm going to pause the video while I finish that, and then I'll be back to show you how I attach it. Okay, I'm down to pretty much my last section here, and I wanted to give you a tip on easing these scissors in to reach to almost the other side. I'm starting here. Don't go down all the way. Open up and slide that in. Work it in those fringe pieces and cut. And then again, this last part, you just have to work your way through. And if it trims off a piece, that's okay. It's just going to add to the character of your little carrot top. Okay, so here's this last section. I'm going to ease my scissors in along those cut pieces and just go all the way into that other side. Okay, so see, I cut off some of that, but that's okay. It's going to be cute. It doesn't have to be uniform. In fact, it probably would be cute if I went ahead and trimmed some of these at an angle. I didn't do this on my other project, but see, that's how you find where kind of like mistakes can be actually a better thing. Okay, I like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to roll it up. And what I'll do is I'm going to take a piece of sticky strip and wrap it around the bottom of this coil. And I will not take off the red liner tape. Okay, so there, I'm liking how that's looking. And I'll just find the end here and wrap it around. And then I'll show you how to put it onto the carrot itself. This is just going to hold it in place. I found it was the easiest way. I thought about tying a piece of ribbon, and no, that was just too much of a struggle. This is easy and much quicker. Okay, so I'm going to play with this a little bit and flatten this out a bit, and that's going to go right here at the back. And I've taken this triangle that we cut off the top, and I put a piece of sticky strip along the top edge there, the longest edge. I'm going to pull that off, and then I'm going to take this and line up this triangle and cover that bottom where we rolled up the fringe, and that's going to attach it right there to the top of the carrot. And then you can just trim off the edges to where it looks cute. Okay, pull that out. Make that interesting. I really like those angled cuts on there. I think I'm going to do that on this one. Okay, so now let's just do a real quick sentiment. I have the Happy Easter sentiment from the Teeny Tiny Wishes set. And I've got some Whisper White cardstock and Gumball Green ink. And I'll stamp that and then punch that out with the word window punch. And then I have my modern label punch that I will punch out of Gumball Green. And I chose green because it was going to be up there by the carrot top. And then I'll take some adhesive and mount this here. Move that out of the way. Butterfingers. Okay, just put that there. Then I'll get a mini glue dot. And this is going to attach to the carrot top right there. And then for a little bit of bling, let's put a basic rhinestone right here. And then you'll see that I have 2 orange covered Tootsie Pops that fit in just nicely. And there you have a cute Easter treat that looks like an Easter Bunny's carrot. And I wanted to show you this other one. This was cut from a 6x6 square. It's a little larger. We'll fit a few more treats in there. So I'm going to put some Tootsie Rolls and take these 2 Tootsie Pops and stick those in there. You could also use those little bag treats. Those would fit as well. So there's a cute little Easter treat for you. If you have any questions, please email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.